Threads of Unity, exploring quantum connections and the ride of perception. The double-slit experiment is a fundamental concept in quantum physics that explores the wave-particle duality of matter and the behavior of particles at a quantum level. In this experiment, a beam of particles, such as electrons or photons, is directed toward a barrier with two narrow slits. Behind the barrier lies a screen that records where the particles land after passing through the slits. When particles are fired individually through the slits, they behave as discrete particles, creating two distinct bands on the screen, showing a particle-like behavior. However, the most intriguing aspect arises when the experiment is conducted with no observation. In this scenario, particles are sent through the slits, and rather than exhibiting particle-like behavior, they display an interference pattern on the screen, akin to waves interfering with each other. This phenomenon suggests that particles possess both wave-like and particle-like characteristics. More fascinatingly, when observed or measured, the particles behave as discrete entities. When unobserved, they seem to behave as waves, displaying interference patterns. This suggests that the act of observation or measurement affects the behavior of quantum particles. It indicates that the mere act of observing or measuring these particles collapses their wave function, forcing them to behave as particles rather than exhibiting wave-like behavior. This implies a profound connection between the observer and the observed, suggesting that reality reacts or changes based on our perception or measurement of it at a quantum level. Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy and they cast spells, that's why it's called spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself, and you can change your life. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The intricate web of reality interlaces every individual, threading connections that transcend the superficial boundaries of separation. Despite the illusion of isolation, we exist in an interconnected tapestry, where the actions and energies of one reverberate through the collective whole. This understanding unveils the profound truth: at our core, we are unified entities sharing an inseparable link. The recognition of this intrinsic connection invites an imperative response: to love one another. Love becomes the conduit that harmonizes this interconnectedness, the language that resonates across the shared fabric of existence. It's the binding force that breathes life into human interactions, nurturing the very essence of our being. The human experience finds its resonance in the vibrations of love. It's an elemental force that guides our emotional compass, shapes our relationships, and even influences our physical well-being. Without the symphony of love interwoven between individuals, life loses its essence. The human spirit thrives in the embrace of affection, compassion, and empathy. Acknowledging this inherent responsiveness to love compels us toward an imperative truth: the sustenance of our humanity lies in the active cultivation of love among ourselves. Through the expression of love, we tap into the very essence of our interconnected existence, fostering harmony, compassion, and a shared sense of belonging in the collective tapestry of life. Science knows God better than religion. Science tests the laws of nature and has evidence to back up what it says. Besides some metaphors and general life advice, religion, or a belief in God, offers no practical use in terms of technical blueprints for how to build a functional society. The market is just another religion that is mistaken to be a social system. The social myth in the market is that love is something special and scarce, so it has a price tag on it. Only if you have the money can you afford love, yet love is actually an essential human requirement. The market does not promote abundant love. Abundant love is bad for business, as the market is based on scarcity. Satanism, so to speak, encompasses selfishness, only thinking about yourself, doing whatever you want, or do what thou wilt, and not abiding by the laws of the universe, meaning to enable good health and happiness for everyone. In other words, Satanism is unnatural and goes hand in hand with the market. Yet the market creates an environment which gives people little opportunity to be good people, not only because evil is monetarily rewarded, but because people abuse each other in society because of the stress of the market or social competition, and that abuse translates into a vicious cycle of destructive behaviors. Whatever happens after we die, life is a test, and life is about the journey, not the end. Being good now is important because reality is like a game or an open source project. The game is everyone learns together, and everyone wins together. It is not a competition like the market describes life to be. You must lift the human experience by making people aware that we can overcome the shortcomings of our current outdated free market capitalist system with science. No one should go without their human needs being met. It's important to note that the Reality of Me project discusses that maybe getting older will be treated as a disease in the future, because what science has been already doing is extending human life. Without death, religion will have no grounds for its fear-based threats of what will happen to you after you die, heaven or hell. An open-source society would be heaven on earth already, made possible by the scientific method. Also divine punishment like hell, besides failing to understand that fire needs a fuel to burn, also fails to understand that humans are bound to reality by natural laws. That human behavior is a product of its environment. Meaning the concept of God is actually ignorant of the fact that humans are bound to their environment. Because religion will claim people are making choices, and have free will to make choices. The reality is there is no such thing as free will, and humans are not making choices. So why not design out bad behavior? Because bad behavior is good for business. And manipulating people into being bad people is also good for business. When individuals prioritize principles rooted in empathy, cooperation, and understanding, a paradigm shift occurs within societal structures. This shift is away from the pursuit of control and dominance. It's a recognition that the genuine power lies in the ability to connect with others on a fundamental level of compassion and mutual respect. This acknowledgement leads to a transformation in how individuals interact, shifting the focus from seeking power over others to fostering relationships based on empathy and collective well-being. When this ethos prevails, peace becomes a natural byproduct, emerging from a shared understanding and harmony, rather than a struggle for dominance. When we grasp the profound interdependence of our individual lives with the entirety of existence, we unlock the essence of unconditional love. In recognizing that our well-being is inseparable from the well-being of all things, we transcend the limitations of ego and self-interest. Love, in its purest form, extends boundlessly, encompassing every facet of existence as an extension of the self. It is the realization that there are no conditions or boundaries to this love, for we are interconnected in a vast web of existence where the distinction between self and other dissolves. Indeed, we are simultaneously everything and everyone, interconnected and interwoven in the fabric of the universe. The analogy of life being compared to an amusement park ride offers a profound perspective on the human experience. It captures the intensity, the unpredictability, and the vibrant nature of existence, often leading people to perceive this journey as reality itself. However, some individuals, amidst the twists and turns of life's ride, begin to question its authenticity. They understand the transient nature of this experience, and attempt to remind others that it's just a ride, not the ultimate reality. Unfortunately, those who advocate for this broader understanding are often silenced or disregarded by those heavily invested in the illusions of the ride. The attachment to possessions, status, and personal interests reinforces the belief in the ride's reality, prompting resistance against alternate perspectives. The dichotomy between fear and love emerges as a pivotal choice in this analogy. Fear encourages individuals to fortify themselves against perceived threats, often leading to isolation and separation. Love, on the other hand, invites a sense of unity and interconnectedness among all beings. The suggestion to divert financial resources from military expenditure towards addressing poverty is a compelling call for a shift from fear-driven actions to those driven by compassion. It proposes a redistribution of wealth to ensure basic human needs like food, clothing, and education are met for all individuals globally. This reimagining of resource allocation underscores the potential for a world where cooperation and compassion take precedence over fear-driven agendas. The idea of redirecting funds from military spending to support those in need, fostering peace and global collaboration, resonates deeply. It challenges the predominant belief that defense and militarization are essential for security. Instead, it advocates for investing in humanity's collective well-being by eradicating poverty and providing education universally. This perspective illuminates a path toward peace and unity, emphasizing that altering priorities and redistributing resources can shape a world where everyone's basic needs are met, paving the way for a more harmonious and prosperous global society.